Hi there, VO2 Max Productions here with another shoe review. Today we're going to talk about the Scott Sports eRide Trainer 2. And full disclosure first, I will say I am a sponsored athlete with Scott Sports, but if you watch some of my other reviews coming up in the future, you'll see I do some other brands, some other models from other companies that have been generous enough to give me some samples to try out and to review. So try not to be too biased, but I'm just putting that out on the table there. So the Scott Sports eRide Trainer 2 is a neutral cushion shoe. So it weighs in at 9.5 ounces or 270 grams for my metric friends out there. And it's going to compete with something in the line of a Brooks Ghost or an Asics Nimbus because it's a neutral cushion shoe. It's designed for pounding out the miles. It's going to be pretty durable. We have about a 10 millimeter drop coming from 21 down to 11 millimeters on the offset. And you really don't feel like it's that big of a drop because of the unique eRide feature design. And I'll kind of talk about this a little because it makes Scott shoes kind of different from other shoes that I've tested. So they basically call it the rocker design. And if you see on the bottom there, it's a little bit curved, this curve along here. So it doesn't matter if you're coming down more on the back of your foot because it's going to roll, it's going to rock you forward. And it also doesn't matter if you're coming down more forefoot because you're already going forward. So it's kind of shaped like a rocking chair. That's the best way I could describe it, the e-rocker feature. And you do feel that in most of their shoes. It's got that nice roll forward, which is kind of promotes that natural turnover, faster stride rate, which feels really smooth and good, at least with my running form. So as I mentioned before with the race rocker, you usually have to go up a half size. For me, at least in a men's 10.5, what I usually wear in like a Brooks or an Asics, I go up to an 11 in the Scott. So you might want to mess around a little with the size range there. You might want to go by the European size, but just to throw that out there, I go up a half size and it feels the same as a 10.5 in another shoe company's models. Also note on the bottom of the structure is the TPU fiberglass composite, which gives you a little bit of torsion and a little bit of support if you do, twist your ankle a little bit or you're rolling over some uneven surfaces. You have maybe a little bit more pronation on one foot compared to another. That composite also gives it some of its bounce back, some of its resistance. That's going to make it a more durable, high mileage type of shoe. And for example, if I'm running 100 miles a week, most of my miles are pretty easy paced, relaxed miles. I'm going to put in the majority of my miles in a shoe like this. Out on the trails, the eRide 2 is a really firm, supportive ride. It's still lightweight because it's under 10 ounces, so it's not super bulky, but you definitely notice you have something more on your foot compared to the race rocker or more minimalist racing flat. And it really holds up well whether you're on the pavement or going on some moderate trails. You still have a little bit of traction on the bottom. So for high mileage training, for pounding out the miles on the pavement, this is a nice durable shoe. It's going to give you a lot of mileage, and you might want to race in it depending on how fast you're running. I can see a lot of people probably wearing this in a marathon and racing really well in it because of the support that it gives you. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more VO2 Max Productions.